Welcome, Snoozers! Thanks so much for tuning in, guys! Welcome to Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition as we play with the Wreck and Roll crew. I said that backwards. I should have said, welcome to Wreck and Roll, where we play Dungeons & Dragons. I kinda switched it around. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Today we're gonna play episode 23, and happy holidays to you all. We're playing this on the 27th of December, guys, so happy holidays. Hope you guys take it easy whenever you are watching this. Take a day for yourself. Take it easy, you know? This episode is going to be called Ooh, Puppies! Named by our dear friend Brutus Gaming, who plays Alaric, for reasons that you will see. The crew last time was again flowing along the Chanthar River, making their way afloat all the way to the very, very infamous city of Baldur's Gate. So this episode would be their arrival in that city, and we shall see what lies within, what encounters they shall have, how they will deal with them, and what will be the consequences of their decisions. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode 23. Oh, puppies! I'll see you guys. It's about 2.5 hours long. Enjoy the show. I'll be chilling in chat. You can always watch live on twitch.tv/Snoozzzalot. And same, you can find me on YouTube, Twitter, join our Discord. All the info is below my Twitch panels on twitch.tv. So, check that out. Enjoy, my friends. Alright, party people in the house. Welcome, guys. Oh, derp face, engage. Dude, that needs to be an emote. Why is that not an emote? Seriously. Alright, last time I'm gonna close my door here so you don't hear an echo. Last time we played, you guys embarked on a barge. You embarged on a barge with a captain whose barge transports goods, seemingly when good ties with the Order of the Gauntlet. Onthar sets you off, asks you one last time if you're interested in joining his or Leeson's orders. You guys set off, tinker a few days. First of all, you notice the sights going down this Chanthar River. Some narrow parts, some wider parts. You get shaken a little as you guys hit some rapids. Lose a barrel of ale in so doing. A barrel of air. Lose a barrel of ale in so doing. Meet up with some friends, I guess we'll say friends, along the way as you guys meet up on the banks of the Chanthar River around the second or third day with some fellow dwarves, fellow clanmates, apparently, of Alaric, some fellow Centennia clanmates, discovering that there was some ties there to both Alaric's and Theren's past. And both to their reason for actually being where they are today in some sorts. So the plot thickens, or thinnens, depending on how you interpret it. Gather some information. The two leave on little bit of salty terms on edge between Theren and Alaric. There's a bit of tension going on there, not that there has never...
Yeah, what else is new?
Yeah, exactly. Continue some... tinkering, some just working on some small tools, some reading, learning what you can about, for example, Baldur's Gate before you, as you're approaching the city. You encounter a stop up to a stone bridge, seeing a massive, gigantic creature, a one-eyed creature, also known as a Cyclops, standing atop the bridge with a massive club, having blocked the bottom of the passing through the bridge with some wooden spikes. You guys engage in battle because that is what you do best. Instead of coughing up some coin for him to grant you safe passage, defeat him and the crocodiles that he summoned thanks to a dead carcass that was thrown on your barge. No casualties. And that's where we ended last week's episode, as you guys were stabbing a crocodile to death, coming back up for air, seeing that the Cyclops has been zapped, gushing his eyeball into smithereens and having him fall back into the water and float his way down. What would you guys like to do?
Well, first, if anyone watching is surprised that that's how this went down, you haven't been paying attention.
Basically.
Basically.
The corpse is sinking into the water?
I mean, you can't tell from where you are, because you're still in the boat.
I try to get the carcass off the boat.
You pick it up, it's like in two pieces. It's this just green and rotten and fleshy. As you pick it up, more pieces of flesh just kind of melt through your fingers, and you just kind of like slop it off board. It's like trying to pick up porridge and throw it off board. It really like splattered when it landed on the deck.
Oh.
That's disgusting.
I'm doing it like this, like.
I can smell that shit from here.
Alaric says as he straightens up his neck.
Yep.
Taking a bit of a beating there. Just gonna pick up my pencil as you guys discuss. I'm listening.
Alaric, can you search for that sack of gold that he was holding? I scream.
He's in the water.
He wasn't holding it though, was he?
No, he was holding his club, and when he like picked up the huge bag to show you guys and jingled it, he then just kind of like dropped it back on top of the stonework.
Oh, well, shit. Then I look for that big-ass bag.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
You got it.
I mean, you see it, but I mean, you open it and you start going through it.
What are these things? 16 plus... 16.
Okay, 16. You start going through it, and you, like, cut yourself. It's filled with, like, acorns and shards of glass. There are some pieces of gold and electrum here and there, but you, like, slice yourself. He's just holding a big bag of, like, fake shit to get people to pay up, basically.
It's a bunch of bullshit!
I bet somebody paid him with that.
Yeah, like shiny objects.
He thought it was a big bag of gold.
You never know.
Yeah, I can ask him.
He's not doing too good.
I mean, would I be able to retrieve any sort of gold or electrum without further injuring myself?
I'll say that you do take a few cuts. I will say that overall you do take like 2 points of slashing damage to your fingers just by going through it and trying to like pick up what you can. You do manage to salvage 23 electrum and 181 gold.
Whoa.
Okay.
Still not bad.
Good.
Yeah, you write that down.
Cool. While I'm at the bridge, I look at this big fucking gate that's still blocking our way through.
Okay, so essentially what he did is you can see from the top there's like 3, I'm gonna say pillars of like hand carved pointy sticks, like kind of wrapped in barbed wire together that were just kind of like stabbed into the mud of the river. Like these long sharpened branches that he just kind of like whittled away at. So 3 like bundles of them, like douche, 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 just going deep into the water. And on top of that, he has this big spiked log. And spiked, it's just like sharp rocks again, just like jammed in with brute force into the log, fastened to 2 large chains to stone pillars on either side. The chains are about like this, like each link in the chain is about this big.
Damn.
It's like big, thick chains.
How thick is the log? The big wooden log?
It's like a big tree. It's like a huge tree. Figure in, I'll say in diameter, it's probably about that. Probably about 5 feet. It's a big motherfucker.
An oak tree.
I yell out to the captain, you got a saw?
I saw.
No? Is it safe to come out?
Yeah, you're good.
It all just happened so fast for him. He just saw like flashes of lightning and heard crocodiles and groaning and screaming. The whole fight took place within like 30 seconds. Oh, poor Cyclops.
Didn't know what hit him.
I got hit with a rock.
I'll look below deck. Kind of heads down. Heads back up. No. You're carrying a hand axe, aren't you?
Yeah, but a saw a lot easier. This thing is like bigger round than me.
I'd say we could row to the next town, but no.
Why don't we just lift it up?
Oh.
There's chains that we can pull, right?
So I know you have
Attempt anything.
gauntlets of fucking awesome sauce, but I don't think you understand how heavy this thing is.
Well, I mean, we could at least try.
I guess.
Sure.
There's 4 of us. We're kind of strong.
See?
All right. I mean, it's attached to chains on both sides, though.
Yeah.
So
Both chains are like. We'll go ahead and make an investigation check, actually.
4.
Yeah, so both edges of the chains are like bolted into the stonework on the side.
Yeah. So that log's not moving anywhere while it's still attached. We've got to detach it somehow.
Can I start moving toward the bridge where Alaric is?
Wait, I thought a chain was there so that we can lift the log.
I mean, you don't know how he lifted it.
Can I make an intelligence check?
I'll say make an investigation check again, because you're kind of I figure you're all maybe on the bridge at this point, kind of examining how you can move this thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Alaric, aren't you like super smart when it comes to rocks and shit like that?
Stone, yes. I can tell you all about the history of this stone and where it came from. It doesn't mean I can move the thing any better than you can.
I got 11.
11.
Yeah.
It seems that one side is firmly bolted in. Seems like the other is probably how he, I guess, kind of hooked and unhooked it on the right side pillar.
Oh. Is it one of those like just unhook it situations?
Maybe.
Why don't you guys give that a try?
I walk over and try to unhook it.
Okay. So to try and unhook it, you would actually need to grab it with both, like, grab one link, either side of one link, basically, with 2 hands, and just pull. So go ahead and make a strength check.
Can I help him?
Yeah. So if you're both doing it, Alaric, whoever's in the front making the first heave gets the advantage.
Well, that's good, because the first roll was a crit fail, so thank God. I'm glad I have help. Jesus. 6 plus just straight strength?
I'll say athletics. This is athletics.
Woo!
Yeah,
13.
Yeah. 13. Okay. 13, I mean, you can kind of get the log, like, swinging, but it's actually pretty tight on either end of the chains. You'd really need to, like, you understand, you really need to, like, pull it straight to be able to unhook it from this bolt on the pillar.
Can I try?
Sure.
Move aside, you pussy.
So since he's moving aside without advantage.
I think I want to go get a beer.
13 plus 4. Oh wait, you said athletic, right?
Yeah.
Still plus 4.
Yeah, I don't think you're proficient in that.
Nope. So 17.
17. Okay. I mean, you guys are watching as Willy then goes up and he just he gets a little closer, just kind of like slides a little higher up the hook, but you don't pull it enough to manage to unhook it.
Damn.
Sounds like it's still stuck, you bitch.
Sounds like I moved it more than you did.
Gentlemen. Alaric, don't you have a hammer?
I'll walk up and try.
tinker stuff.
I look
Okay.
at Horcrux. I'm like, are you planning on doing anything or just reminding people what we're carrying around?
Oh, I'm trying to exert less energy. I'm more of a,
But yeah, but I'm
yeah, I'll let Theren go.
would I be able to get the halberd, stick it into like
There
one of
you
the links
go,
as a, like a
boy.
leverage and
Okay, like stick it in under where the bolt is inside the rock and try and like
yeah,
pry it off.
yeah, and then go to the end, like use my weight as a kind of like a.
Okay. Yeah, same thing. Go ahead and make a strength check.
Oh wait, I got a better idea.
Okay.
I pour some of those acid vials on the chain.
Okay, well he's using a strength check on the halberd first.
Okay.
It's
Forget about this
17.
17. So you manage to kind of like nudge it in a good spot, and you're bending and it gets like a bit of lift, but really not enough to do what you think you need to do. You feel like the bolt goes in deep into that stone, and by proceeding, you just be afraid of snapping the halberd.
Okay.
Acid vial.
Actually, pretend like I'm gonna pull on the chain. Now pull out the acid vial and pull it on.
Okay. Okay, so you put the acid vial. Did I ever give you how that acid vial works?
No, I now have 2.
You have 2 vials of acid.
Well, slime, but it did. I think it did acid damage.
Okay. So, roll me 2d6. You're using 1 vial or 2?
Oh, we use both.
Both? Okay, roll me 4d6.
Wow. 17 plus 3, 20?
20. Okay. You watch as he goes by and he like, "Toop, toop." And you see just like the corrosion on the chain starts actually melting through. You wait like a few minutes, and just as this chain is taking damage, you actually see one link snap.
Alright.
So it's kind of, it's like kind of, and you see the whole log just kind of give like a bit of a as one link snaps, and it's just kind of like holding on the edge of one of the links. The broken link, basically.
So it's still attached. You guys just still have to pull it.
With effort, I'll say combined, you guys would be able to unlink it at this point. Just for the sake of brevity.
We have killed dragons.
And the chain wins.
30-second Cyclops fight.
Alright. So Horcrux brains it out.
That's change.
They solved something with their brains, guys.
Completely
Wow.
That was a waste of acid.
Yeah. That's 46 too. I rolled 2 6s, a 5, and a 3.
This is really good. So that chain just kind of like links off, and then you're kind of like a floating log smack on water, as it just kind of like as it falls. Since it was in front of those like spikes, it also just kind of, with the weight of this thing and the momentum of the fall, just kind of like cracks off a lot of those branches that were sticking out, and knocks 2 straight out as they just kind of like float down the river now. And this one is still holding on the other side, but it just kind of floats under the bridge and it just kind of hangs on there as it's like knocking up against the side of the bridge in the bank.
Is there anything else to loot before we take off?
Not really.
Okay. I make my way back.
There's not like a big glowing golden chest on the top of the bridge.
Yeah, that would have been nice. It didn't spawn when the Cyclops died.
No. Quest complete. No, but you got some gold out of it. Could have also harvested a Cyclops eyeball, because that's worth a bit, but blew it to bits.
Oh.
Alright. You guys heading back on?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. You guys get back on the barge. The captain and the rowers, they kind of see where that last bundle of pointed sticks is just kind of protruding on the side, kind of cracked open, but still protruding from the side. and they just slowly make their way through, also trying not to rub the barge too much against the spikes on that big log. And you guys ease your way on through. Shortly after, again, if you guys want to interject or discuss amongst yourselves, you're on at the end of like the 4th day on your journey now. It just starts pouring rain after that. It's like heavy downpour. Heavy downpour, which makes it even that much more miserable to be on a boat with no roof.
Wait, there's a cabin, right?
There's a cabin in the back, and there's like a below deck that basically has a bunch of barrels and storage and grain and stuff.
Well,
yeah.
Aren't we sleeping like inside the boat?
Yeah, you're sleeping in the cabin in the back. You guys all just kind of had like these rudimentary like sleeping sacks.
There you go. So we don't need to be outside in the pouring rain.
True. You're just 7 grumpy men inside a very small cabin on a very small barge. For the next 2 days, it's very uneventful, and it's just like pouring rain. So you guys are stuck in a cabin all together. What are you doing?
So we actually got sleep?
I mean, I want to enjoy some of the rain.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I was just the same. Growing up outdoors, it doesn't bother me that much.
Okay.
And I split up the loot, so everyone gets 6 electrum and 45 gold. And I kept obviously only 5 electrum instead of the 6 because we had the odd number.
We didn't bite 1 in 4.
No. Yeah, 6 electrum, 45 gold.
Okay.
Oh.
So, new day, I'm going to roll for new charges on my Ring of the Ram since I used them all.
Cool.
And it re-gets 1d3, so I'm just going to use that. Well, I guess I roll a d6 divided by 2, yeah?
For the next 2 days, so you can recharge.
Cool. It's good to go.
All right. Is there anything else you guys would like to do or discuss amongst yourselves, as the next 2 days are quite uneventful? No rapids, no strangers spotted, no like sea monsters grappling in the barge or anything. Just straight out smooth run. After that bridge, the river got very wide after that. And because of the rain, like you're just kind of seeing like that slight fog just kind of floating, the mist also just kind of floating slightly above the river, so you just see the misted sides of the riverbank, so not too much to look at as it's got this heavy rain going on. So very, very tranquil and relaxing as your ears get used to the drumming of the rain against the wooden barge.
I try to catch Theren alone again.
Okay.
No, I was just
I'm kind of just in a corner, just meditating.
I just quietly am like, hey, you got a minute? If not, that's cool.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
What? About what?
We've all been together for months now. We've helped multiple towns. And yet here we are 2 days ago threatening 3 innocent people trying to just survive and trying to live. I know we want to do good. I think we want to do good. I fuck up every now and then and I go flying off the handle, but I don't think they meant you any wrong. I don't think that they were trying to hurt anyone, and of course, from what I could tell, they had no damn idea what taking that would do to your mother. But I don't know that we can sit here and say we're trying to save the world and then threaten some innocent people. Do you get what I'm saying?
I do. I was mostly blinded by anger, revenge,
I got an idea of how that feels.
And truthfully, if I would have came across them on my own, I probably would have dealt with it.
Huh.
But for now, I think that we should deal with the mission and go from there. I do want to seek out this merchant, but I think right now saving this world is first, and then we can go back to saving what's left of mine.
How well is your mother doing that you know of?
Not well. All I know is that if I don't get that back, I need to get it back.
Where did they say they sold it?
Somewhere up north. I think it was Fairwinter.
Yeah, it was Neverwinter, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
There was
and where?
It was a shady merchant. Basically one of them things where I buy whatever you have.
Yeah.
Stolen or owned.
So I know we've all had our pasts. I know we've had some shitty ones. I know you've had your past that you've left behind as well. I don't think you've ever, maybe I'm wrong, I don't think you've ever done something intentionally to try to hurt an innocent person.
No.
I know you're a good person. And I don't want to see that take over you the way it takes me so easily. I think if we get the chance, we need to take care of your mother, especially if it's on the way to where we need to go, because what good is this world to you without family?
Yeah.
So if you say stop, we stop. I'm sorry for what I said earlier. You nearly laid down your life for mine at one point, and I'll gladly do the same.
Same.
And that's all I had to say.
Trying to sleep, guys.
Yeah. All I know right now is that I was told to look for it, and my father is out there somewhere too. So if you thought what I could have done is bad, then you don't want to have to cross paths with him.
Well, let's take care of your damn mother and get him reunited with your healthy mom, okay?
Yeah.
All right. If we stop in Neverwinter, we need to get that done. Hell, if we come even within a day or two's travel of Neverwinter, we need to take a pit stop. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right.
After that beautiful moment of manly bonding, the rain gradually subsides at the end of the second day, right before nightfall. Captain informs you guys that you're about probably another day's travel. Half a day depending on how well the river flows, and since it's been raining, it should pick up a quick pace, so you guys should be good to get there, hopefully by mid-afternoon on the next day. So if there's anything you guys would like to wrap up on this boat journey, let me know.
Am I supposed to make something for someone? I forget.
I don't know. Do you want to make something for someone?
No.
Okay. Horcrux?
I've got nothing. Unless I can. No, I got nothing.
I'll say over the last few stops, because even though it's raining, you guys do have to kind of stop here and there, get off or on the boat. I'd say you were able to gather just on the rest of the trip here at least 7 or 8 more herbs that could be useful to you, Horcrux. You can add that to your pouch. Just by, you know, habit of your character starting to pick up what he can here and there every time you drop off. Willy, Theren, were you guys doing anything else, or?
I'm just focusing on the puking.
Okay.
I've
It's
been
a
making like
long week for Willy.
And most of the time, I'm just meditating. That's like how I kind of just pass time.
Okay. You guys have a lot of moments to yourself. You do get, although it's not the most ideal conditions as a party, you guys still get some good, restful sleep. More than you've had in the last, I'd say in the last few weeks, just with the rush of having to go here and go there, and this is actually a nice little slow down pace for you guys to just kind of catch your breath, think on some things.
Alaric hated it.
Things.
Too much feelings.
Too many feelings. Alaric just wants to punch another. He's just hoping for another Cyclops on a bridge somewhere. He just wants one more before it's over.
There won't even be words. I'll just fucking walk up and punch it in its eye. Oh, welcome to Greenest. Ah!
Alaric is still stuck in Greenest.
I know. I forgot to name the goddamn town red.
Okay. On the last day, you guys start seeing farther down the river. You guys actually see the river just kind of open up to a large port, and you see these large ships, larger than you guys have seen since, I mean, pretty much the biggest ships you've seen since the last you were all in Neverwinter. You saw the port in Neverwinter, so just these big cargo ships, these big transportation ships, these big just general merchant ships, just everything that you could think of. Some with sails, some without sails, some that just have rowers, all shapes and sizes. And as you were used to seeing a lot of merchant activity coming and going in Elturel, this is significantly more important. Just the size of this moon-shaped city as you arrive is quite breathtaking. It's kind of cradled in the crook of this river Chanthar as it approaches. There is kind of like this. It doesn't have as happy, upbeat, kind of shiny, glowing aspect that Neverwinter had, or this busy, noble, major capital feeling that Waterdeep has. This has a much darker, I'd say you can almost see that there's been this city has had some dark past, as it just lays in this crook within the river, with the mountains on the side. The walled city, this is a very walled city all the way around as you guys kind of float by in the boat. It has this ever mist just kind of like floating above the city. Figure from where you are, the best I could describe it is it kind of looks like London in Sweeney Todd movie, you know? Like it's dark and busy, and the guards everywhere. And from pretty much all of your past and knowledge, you know that the more important the guard of a city, the more important the dark dealings in the underbelly of the city as well. So right off the get-go, as you guys approach, you know that there's not just what you see in the surface of the streets that runs this town. You feel that there is a lot of stuff at work. You see a lot of red guards as well as you guys kind of stop at the port. The rowers stop. They kind of move the barge in. You have one of the ports that's just been you found just for yourselves. As the captain starts like roping stuff up, they start already taking boxes off and everything. I would presume by this time you guys would have dressed up a little. So just give me an idea of how you guys look as you step on to you step off the barge, setting foot in Baldur's Gate for the first time.
Well, we were given clothes to look like the cultists.
You
wasn't
were
it?
given basically like not like cultists. You were given
Merchants.
clothes to look
Merchants.
like
Merchants.
Yeah, so you were given like you weren't given like specific outfits to each of you, but you were given like quite the variety of clothing to choose from, and you guys kind of outfitted yourselves as you knew that you were approaching. So how did you guys make each of your characters look? What did you mask? What did you leave open for everybody to see? I want the details, and I want people to know how you guys look. Figure you had any possibility of what you guys wanted to do. We'll say that you had a vast array of clothing at your disposal. The most difficult part of the story so far.
Yeah.
Describing how they dress. Take a moment.
I have like your standard cloth pants, a cloth shirt,
Okay.
then kind of like a leather vest, but it's kind of faded.
Okay.
Like the sun's been hitting it a lot. It's like, walking and out being in the sun a lot.
Okay. So faded leather and just kind of like a typical white cloth and shirt, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I have. Oh, I got an eye patch, like where my scar's running through. Kind of like that, just covering it up.
Okay. I like that. Alright.
And I got my hair up in a ponytail.
Up in a ponytail.
And I do have just a dagger on my waist.
Okay. Where do you have your katana?
Oh yeah, I gotta carry that stuff too.
Yes, you each have your weapons, which are typically visible hanging off your back. You are aware that you're walking, looking as merchants, into a large, deeply corrupted and merchant town. City.
I come out looking exactly like Theren and go, "Oh shit!" and I walk back in. Switch my outfit.
You guys have like a little like a little like what do you call
Fashion
those?
montage.
Little fashion show as you guys like spin
Nice.
and walk back out.
Oh,
The rowers are just like clapping. They help you guys out too to kind of give you the look that you guys want to lock down, since they actually are traveling merchants themselves.
Right. I don't want to look too familiar.
Just by that description, I'd say that you look pretty commoner. You would still have your bag of holding hanging off.
So
hanging off
I'll
your
still be
side.
carrying that with me.
Unless you want to leave it somewhere or give it
No.
to someone else, or
I'm actually just gonna stick on my my katana in there.
Okay.
And just carry my dagger and the halberd. I'm gonna leave in the ship.
okay, you're leaving the halberd on the ship.
So yeah, I'll be
You
carrying.
guys are not coming back to the ship.
Oh, we're not. Oh.
No, you are here to find. Everyone's like, shit, I didn't think about all this.
Like my house on the ship.
You guys are not coming back on the ship. Basically, as you're getting off, the captain is bidding you farewell. The rowers, best of luck on your journey. May we meet paths again, either here or in El Chirel. Godspeed to all of you. And you guys are seeking out basically a caravan trader. Or
I'm making sure we unload all of our horses and dog.
okay.
I give the captain 50 gold and say sorry about the hole in your deck.
We'll patch it up. It's fine. From what you guys have been telling us in the order is, we got bigger things to worry about than a hole in my damn boat. I'll take care of that. You guys save the world, man.
Thank you.
My big concern is my very distinguishable beard and hair and war paint. So I wash my face and make sure the war paint's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to pretentiously braid my beard in a way to where it looks like someone who's very well kept, and it's like braided down with like 2 prongs and looking a little bit more put together than just the big scraggly bullshit that I normally have going on.
As you guys are like trying out outfits, you see 2 of the rowers are each braiding one part of Alaric's beard.
Yeah, he's not happy about it. Takes all of the fucking hair on his head too, and just tries to like push it forward, and he's covering it with just a large cap that almost like not turban-esque, but like trying to keep everything wrapped up.
Okay.
Like he clearly has a lot of hair, but it's not letting it flow.
Just like a basic leather hat type equivalent of a beanie, right?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so Theren, you said that you kept nothing but a dagger on you, right?
Yeah, the rest is going into the bag of holding.
Into the bag of holding, okay. So Alaric, what about the rest of your look? Considering you don't usually wear clothes.
Yeah. So I keep like the straps that I normally have on my chest and all that, and I just put on a fucking shirt, and I'm sitting there, and the first one I put on, it's like, I'm like, God damn it. Not used to all this bullshit. Just like a silk, just like barely buttoned, showing off the hamburger meat right there. I want to look like that trashy, sleazy merchant salesman kind of guy.
Okay.
And the great axe, will that fit in the bag of holding?
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great axe goes in. Javelins, if they can fit, they go in. Hand axes, they go in. But I do pull out 2 of Theron's just normal ass daggers, and I say, "Can I keep these for a hot minute?"
Yeah. Go
All right.
ahead.
And I kind of like sheath them into where I usually have my hand axes, because I keep that belt still on me. But it's underneath like the shirt that I also have on.
Still rocking the Kragmaw tribe belt?
Oh man.
Just asking. I'm not saying you must remove it. I'm just visually asking.
Let's see. Do you have to cover up?
What? Yeah. Describe that belt to me again. How out of place is that?
It's essentially like it's a wide belt all the way around, and then in the front it just becomes kind of like a bigger piece of leather. And if I remember correctly, it had some form of ornament on the front of it. I believe didn't you actually just put like a bear claw on the front of it yourself?
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have.
Did.
I think that's what you did. So I think it currently just has like a bear claw fastened in the front of the leather belt.
I'm gonna wear that bitch. Yeah,
It still looks cool. It still looks fashionable. It's okay.
Yep.
Okay, you guys see Alaric with clothes on for the first time. Since he's just been like nipples and leather straps this whole time, by the way. And war paint.
chuckle.
I chuckle.
I'm looking around. When's the Alaric coming out?
He's got
not
braided
make this-
beard. He doesn't look like himself at all with his hair. His hair's usually like kind of mohawkish up. It's like all flat with a cap on. Braided. Doesn't look like himself at all. No war paint. Clean. It's really messed up.
Let's not make this take
It's
any
really
longer
messed up.
than it has to.
Okay. Let's go with Willy.
I want to look like the shadiest merchant ever.
Okay. Well, you already have like a
So-
cloak on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna like
Well, you're
have
already
my
a piece of shit. It's fine.
I'm gonna have my cloak on at all time,
Okay.
and also like meaning the hoodie,
Okay.
and I'm gonna put my my goggles in my bag.
Okay.
Because I don't want I
Yeah.
don't want them. It's like I'm gonna ask Theren if I can borrow some weapons,
Yeah, what you need?
and by that
Okay.
I'm asking for like a bunch of daggers and a short sword if possible.
Dagger
Yeah,
factory over here.
Seriously.
Yeah, I give him a dagger.
So I
And,
want to have like an arsenal of daggers like on me that are kind of visible, and I want the short sword like on my back.
Like visible.
But yeah, very visible. But I want to hide my weapons under like my cloak / coat or whatever, really out of sight at all time.
Oh, you mean
Oh.
your guns?
Yeah, my guns.
Okay.
Nice.
Shoddy would like. There's still a lump on your in the back of your cloak,
I'm
like you're carrying
yeah,
a big 2x4 on your ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the shoddy in the bag of holding,
Okay.
but I'm gonna keep Lucian.
Okay, so you're putting your pistol in your back and covered up with the cloak, basically.
Yeah, really out of sight. And
Typical thug in the pants hanging down, back belt.
yeah, I want to be like the merchant that's like, you look at him and you're like, don't steal from him or you're dead.
Don't steal from that child or you're dead. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I give him the dagger, and I give him the sword. Do you want to say long sword or short sword?
No, short sword, long sword's
Okay.
probably bigger than me.
Yeah. All right. So I
There-
give him that. And
Yeah.
what color is the cloak?
He has a dark cloak. Well,
yeah,
what,
my
what
cloak
color is it, Max?
black. Yeah, it's black.
Black. Okay.
And he's got a
Most
hood.
of my clothes are black.
Okay.
Yeah, he's very dark colored, whereas you have like some white and leather shirts. Sort of like Alaric as well. Theron's like the Oprah factory of daggers. You get a dagger. You get a dagger. Horcrux. Mr. I stick out wherever I go, regardless.
I am going to change the color of my eyes from white to purple, bright purple.
Sure. Okay.
Can I, like, prestidigitate myself to make myself look older?
Look older?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just say sure.
Yeah, and just put on the merchant clothes, and that's it.
So you look older for about 1 hour, and then you need to like cast it again.
Yeah, I'll like slouch and lean over the staff and kind of walk around like I'm an old
Okay.
man or something.
Okay. Which staff are you? Do you have right
Glass
now?
staff.
The glass staff.
Yeah.
Okay. And other than that, you just have your typical clothes. What do your typical clothes look like? I don't think I ever asked.
I always thought he was just walking around naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
yeah.
think we should have done this much earlier in the campaign.
Should've.
Just have everyone describe what they look like to each other. This is very late of me.
I'm guessing I'm just. Well, I'm wearing like a long black, like charcoal gray robe
Okay.
that I found from like the past, and I've always worn it. But like under there, I guess I'm just wearing like basic leather. Full suit.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, just like basic leather armor underneath your mage
And
robe.
another thing I do.
Yeah.
I you know that image on the back of the letter that has like a face on it?
Like a face and a flame and a claw.
Yeah.
Okay.
I prestidigitate that image on my neck. Like
On your
kind
neck.
of visible. Yeah, kind of visible, but like halfway out and halfway.
Okay. All right. As you guys were just kind of walking out onto, oh my God, what do you call that? The dock. Thank you. As you guys just kind of like walk off onto the dock, they're unloading your horses as well. You guys basically have everything you need on you. Are you carrying any goods with you, or you're just kind of like walking it up and looking for people?
I don't think we have any goods,
The
except
boat
the beer.
was full of shit.
Oh, was it?
And the boat is gone.
No, you guys are just stepping off the boat now, and they just finished unloading your horses and your dog from.
Well, most of these goods aren't ours then.
No, but they're letting you have them. They know the purpose of your trip.
Oh, okay.
If you want.
Alright then. I'll let the others carry the goods, and I'm not carrying shit.
I take a whole bunch of like papers and roll them up to make them look like scrolls. Stick
Okay.
them in my bag.
I figured you guys
Like
would have
I'm a
prepared all
traveling
this
merchant.
ahead of time, basically. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're getting like a kind of like a wagon, right? Are we gonna?
You don't have a wagon, per se. As you get off, you were told to get in touch with a caravan trader contact of the
Okay.
Order of the Gauntlet, and you were told that he would set you up with something to
Okay.
transport as merchants.
Well, then I'm not picking up shit. I'm relying on my contact.
Yeah. Only thing I'm carrying is the scrolls, the fake scrolls.
You carry your old dude on a staff carrying a bunch of fake scrolls.
Yeah, I'm exaggerating the shit out of it too. Like, ah!
I love it.
Youngsters.
All right. As you guys get off the dock, each of your animals are handed to you. You each, I presume, walk your animals to the end of the dock. Immediately at the end of the dock, there's guards blocking the edge of the dock, sort of like a filter before you guys head into the city. State your names, please.
Makarov.
Hello? State your names, please.
I, Ravish.
Alright. The other guy's just kind of like writing it down. He's writing down like date, appearance, names.
Lemurray Ironcloak.
How do you spell that?
Lemur, A with one of those little things on top of it.
Iron Cloak. And short stuff.
I give him like a death glare.
Jeez. What's wrong with this one?
Call me short stuff one more time.
What's your name, please?
Willy.
Do you have a last name? All of you, is only one of you guys have a last name.
I didn't know you needed a last name.
State your name, your full name, any cargo you're transporting, and what business do you have in Baldur's Gate?
Makarov, Longhammer. And
Is that true? You got a long hammer, eh? Long hammer and really short stuff.
I just laugh. I go every time. Jesus.
I go, we're just here, trade some goods.
That's why everyone's in Baldur's Gate. Everyone's got something to trade for something else. Money for sex, sex for, grain for work. Everyone's trading something.
Mm-hmm.
What goods are you trading?
We got,
What do we got?
Scrolls. And I show them the bag.
We got feed, grain, stuff like that. Come from a farming community.
Just all staying on the boat?
No, we got people for that.
Alright. You, sir? He looks at you, Alaric. Last name?
Blue.
What?
Blue. Like the color.
My boy Blue.
Blue. So you all trading the same thing? Feed? Animal feed? And scrolls?
Yes, we're all together.
Yes, sir.
Alright. Do you work for a company?
Yes.
And the company name is?
What's with the 20 questions?
I've been trading goods here for
We're
years.
bringing money to your town. God.
Security's tighten, the city sucks balls.
I see that.
Could you just answer my questions and I'll let you into the city?
Makarov, would you tell him, please? Jesus.
It's called Sonny's Goods.
Sonny's Goods. Could you write Sonny's Goods down?
Can't you spell? Jesus, let us in.
Alright. Kind of scans you all over. Can I see your bags?
Hell no.
It's like, look, we got a schedule to keep. We got to get this feed off, load, and sold. This feed has a time, before it spoils. And it already took us some time to get here, and we need to get this sold.
Shit, it's been 8 days already.
Hey,
I
It's
know
like, is
how
there-
trade works. I know the goods expired. You don't think I do this all day. I just need a quick glance at what's in your bags. Make sure you're not transporting any dangerous goods into the city. Open her up.
Who's got the feet on them? Just Jesus.
Isn't it like crates of feed and shit?
Mm-hmm.
You guys, I mean, he's basically asking to look into, like, the bag of holding, and I think Willy has a bag, and each of your, like,
Yeah.
individual pouches and stuff.
Well, he
Not a
can't pull
fucking
anything
chance.
out of the bag of holding because
Yeah, he
he know
has.
what's in there. Like, right?
Oh, yeah.
He wouldn't see anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can show him that. I mean,
Yeah, so I kind of, alright. Kind of sat on the ground.
You got a big empty bag.
Well, that's what we're
Hoping
gonna...
to fill it with gold by the end of our
Yes.
time here. Jesus.
Alright. I want you guys to roll a... Just want everyone to roll a deception check. Just once for each.
Is he alone?
Yeah.
No, it's him and, like, a scribe writing everything down.
son of a bitch.
14.
18.
12 plus 8, 20.
Theren,
You said son of a
18.
bitch to a 20?
9.
you got 9, Willy?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Kenna looks at each of you. Alright, well... I'm gonna keep an eye on your boat.
Thank you. But now I don't have to pay someone to do it.
Well, you have to pay the dock. At this point, the captain comes running over. My apologies. And he kind of, like, drops some gold. Thank you, someone who knows how this works. And he just starts conversing with him and everything. As he's engaged the captain's talking about the goods and everything now, and he kind of, like, gives you guys a little side wink, as the other guy's attention is now focused on him. You guys start heading past, understand the captain's taking charge of this. Just as you're heading past, he goes, Hey, wait a second. And make sure to leave your animals and your horses on the outside of the gates before you go in. Typical rules of the city. Baldur's Gate does not allow wagons, pack animals, horses, or even dogs into the city.
What?
It is a specific rule for this city.
Alrighty.
Alright.
I point at him, like, dead in his face like this, and say, listen here, motherfucker. I say, I've been with this horse for years. If anything happens to him, I'll come back for you. And I walk off.
Alright, Grandma, there's a stable right outside. You can pay a daily fee and they'll hold your animals, care for them, and pick them up as soon as you exit the city walls again. Have a nice day in Baldur's Gate. Okay?
I don't even say
Yeah.
bye. I just start walking.
Yeah, same. I just walk away.
Alright.
I chuckled, guys. I was like, I can do this hoity-toity shit. I'm like, pretty good.
So as you guys, right before you guys enter the city walls, there is like a large gate, like really like a large gate, just like lined with guards. The guards at this point, there's like 4 stationed on each side, moving. The gates are like the gate is lifted. Sorry, it's a gate that drops down, and there are these large walls that surround the entire city. And it's crescent shaped. The main entrance into the city being from this port. However, presumably there are several exits in and out of the city to access Kingsway, Tradeway, etc. But the busiest way in and out is through the city port. There's a stable on your way in. They are not letting you in with your horses and your dogs.
Stop off and pay the fee.
All right. They charge you 5 silver a day.
Oh,
Oh, it's fine.
Boo-hoo.
Yeah.
They ask for how many days?
No fucking idea.
I just say we're gonna put 10 gold up front, and that should cover them all for a little bit. We don't know how long we're staying, but this will be a great start, don't you say?
Yes, sir. We'll put them in one of the more long stay installations in the back, and you're welcome to come and and get them anytime you like. Just let us know, and they give you basically the equivalent of a scroll ticket for, you know, your horses. With like a tag, as they kind of like tag your animals and everything. It's like a large stable. It was like a huge stable, multiple different companies right on the outside. It's like when you enter any major place, you know, you have like a million car dealerships right before you get in, or a million, you know, taxi rows right before you get in. This is essentially what the entrance looks like, as it's just people parking caravans, parking horses, donkeys, different ways of transportation, just keeping it outside of the city for an extended period of time. Okay. Alright, you give 10 gold. That'll keep you going for a little while. You guys walk into the city. This city, as I've said many times before, it is a bustling center of trade. Goods coming in from the north, the south, from the river, from the Sea of Swords directly, from the tradeway, right on the river. It's divided into 3 main segments of the city. As you walk in, like there's many installations, and basically you can find access to like a map of the city pretty easily. There's 3 distinct segments. There is the upper city, which the captain, or from your readings you would have understood, is the richest and most influential, where the most influential citizens would live, and where the city's most famous marketplace, and one of the most famous marketplaces in the entire Sword Coast, known as the Wide, is located in basically the upper city. The lower city, which is the part that you're in right now, is what surrounds the harbor. And this is where it's more kind of like dark and dingiest. Kind of reminds you of the Port of Neverwinter, where it's like the shit part of town, you know, where you do see a lot of like homeless children. You do see people struggling. You do see beggars. You see people just preaching out and yelling out into the streets. Kids trying to sell some form of paper. People trading, dark dealings at every possible corner and eyesight. Just dark dealings being done. People trading things secretly from one cloak to another. You see several guards just walking, stopping people doing this. You see another form of guard, dressed differently, in more plated armor, with very distinct helmets as well. Their helmets kind of have like these small ingrained lightning bolts on the side. I know it just makes you think of what the Flash looks like, but also since they're all in red, this would be known as the other...
Flashers.
The Flashers! These would be known as the Flaming Fist, the well-known mercenary group that just roams and protects the streets of Baldur's Gate as well. Known as the Flaming Fist.
Oh, fuck.
So you see them all over the place. Very busy. Like every corner that you guys look at, there's something happening. It's just very alive and not subtle. Just like you feel like anything could go down the city, and you see just quickly someone just like entering the sewers, like in the middle of the street, just going down. Just not understanding what's going on. People being kicked out of bars. People being clothes being thrown out the second ledge, someone dumping a bucket of God knows what foul-smelling liquid off the 3rd floor of a building. It's just all out, like, 1700 London nastiness right now. Really not too pretty up here. And the third part, to the city. The lower city which you're in, basically, is the part that surrounds the harbor, where most of the city merchants live and conduct their business. And then there is the outer city, which just lies right outside the walls, which is where you're coming from, and that's pretty much where the city's laborers reside, in conditions that vary depending on the distance from the city walls, from just poor and squalid to rich and well outfitted. What would you guys like to do? As you're just overwhelmed by just the busyness of this city right now.
This city sucks.
Yeah. Too many fucking people. Too much weird shit.
What are you talking about? This is my kind of place. Like, old man walking us around. Play the part,
Say
guys.
loudly, well then, Lemura Ironcloak.
Lemuray.
Lead the way.
Don't we have a, like, rendezvous point somewhere, or
It depends. Who are you looking for?
I whisper to Lemura, Akin Celeban. Ask for Akin Celeban.
I grab. Does it look like there's anybody who might know? Because he runs a. How do you say that word again? Equipage. There you go.
Taxi company.
Yeah. Is there any
Caravan trading company? We'll just say.
Is there any caravan trading company people?
Like all over the place. It's really.
I walk up to one of the places.
Okay, so you walk over to someone's counter who's actually operating out of their caravan, and they're just kind of like higher than you, and they have like their window of their caravan just kind of like upwards, and they deal through that with several. I guess they actually sell caravans. This person of various colors, various types of wood, different amounts of wheels, able to fasten different amounts of animals, etc., etc. Hello? What can I do you for?
Good day.
Good day, make it quick. I got business to tend to.
Oh, well then, I'll leave you to it. And I make like coin noises in my pocket.
Okay, what do you want? And what do I have to do for that?
I'm looking for a man named Akin Celeban.
And he does?
He runs a. How do you say the word again? I'm sorry.
Just say caravan trading company.
Caravan trading. Supposed
Okay.
to meet him, but he gave me no details about it.
Alright. And kind of like leans out and he goes, Hey! Mary! Have you heard of, Akin Celeban? Yeah, he's the one that runs right outside the outer city rim. Gives you a general idea. He would be basically, you have to traverse the entire city and go north of the wall into the outer city limits.
Does this guy run a fast travel city?
What?
Can you? Oh, I don't think you can get us there. Well, I guess that's all I needed to know. I give him.
Do you need a ride across the city?
Oh, is that what he does?
I can arrange for it if you'd like.
Yes, please. How much would it cost us?
How many are you?
4?
You can count, right?
Bunch of like Oliver Twist sticks.
Just wait a few minutes. Go get big boy. And you hear him just kind of like, the caravan kind of shakes as he steps down because it's not very big. He head out and you see like this scruffy haired, dirty faced boy just kind of like walk out. He goes, Alright, Coral. All you need to do is take them across the city. Coral.
Coral.
Alright, where are you going to, sir?
The Outer Rim, right? She mentioned the Outer Rim.
You're going to Mr. Celeban's Caravan Trading Company. And he kind of explains to him where it would be in the outer city limits. Okay. And he basically, like, comes out and... what's essentially, like, it's like, not a scooter, but it's basically, like, him holding the edges and pushing you guys in this big, like...
Oh, shit, that's terrible.
Barrel. Not this barrel, but this, like... Yeah, he's like a child pony, essentially. These guys would, like, sit down in his cart and he'd basically, like, run you across the city. In, like, a wheelbarrow.
It's like a rickshaw. I love it.
Yeah.
Basically, thank you. That's what I was looking for.
It's terrible.
You ready to go, sirs? I got the fastest feet in town.
I don't know about that anymore when I look over at Theren. But go ahead.
Thank you, sirs. So he just kind of like darts as you guys are just moving through the city. He takes you in some back alleys that are kind of sketchy. You guys are just kind of like looking to see if you get jumped or something happens.
Don't stop at red lights. Don't stop at red lights.
He takes you through basically this entire lower city district, taking the fastest routes. You go through some alleys that have just a lot of drapery just kind of hanging between buildings, very narrow, as some kids that were playing in the middle just kind of like move aside. he goes to pull down another alley and he sees that there's like 3 cloaked figures that just kind of like look back and just kind of like pulls back, keeps going down the road that he was going down. You go by several taverns. You go by several inns, several trading houses. You eventually go through the red light district to where he kind of slows down and seems a little distracted.
So does Ravish.
You kind of slow down through the red light district. See women of all shapes and sizes and race and just dressed in different manners. There's like a type of woman for any type of anybody. Type of women, men, tieflings.
I marked it down on the map. Big red spot. Like,
Red light
I'll
district.
send you a raven.
Willie even noticed that there's a rare, halfling center portion of this red light district as well. Really, all types.
I'm very interested, but I don't let it show at all.
Okay.
I keep the biggest poker face that I can.
Just keeps the cloak on. You guys keep darting on. As you after the first, I'd say the first 20 minutes of just kind of like moving through this town, it starts getting a little less shabby. Like the air quality starts smelling a little better as the streets get a little less spoiled, a little less filled with garbage and people's trash, and there's still beggars at every corner, as there would be in any major city. But it just gets a little more upbeat, I guess. Still dark and dingy, but the buildings, the architecture gets a little nicer. You see a little more noblemen along the streets, a little less shadiness in dark alleys. As you traverse the upper city portion of town. Again, you see various shops of higher quality. You start seeing more colorful banners on the shops, more colorful draperies, people better dressed. You see more exchanges being done in coin rather than in silver, in gold rather than in silver and copper. You traverse what you would recognize at this point, having seen several shrines, as a massive, massive temple to Tamora. Massive. It is like a cathedral to Tamora. Probably one of her biggest shrines, one of her biggest places of worship in the Sword Coast, as it is just like this massive temple with a dome at the top, and where you have her just kind of like her in a statue form, and arms just like outstretched with long flowing robes, being again the goddess of luck that you guys would recognize probably the most. You also see far off, you would see the bright, just kind of like glimmering and grabbing whatever sunlight it can from the skies. At this point, you would see the large Gon's High House of Wonders, which is basically an astonishing collection of one-of-a-kind inventions. It's basically a huge museum, if you would. Mainly draped in like whites and golds from the exterior as well. It's just kind of like a showcase of what the most brilliant minds in the sword case would have to put on display.
I'm tapping Willy on the shoulder.
I motioned my head just a little bit to show him that I'm listening.
They make cool shit too.
Oh yeah.
That's all. And then I lean back.
Do you want
Get
to
back.
stop, sirs? Gon's House of Wonders is a miraculous thing. Or we can keep going. I don't mind, sirs.
It's up to Willie what they could possibly make, boomsticks.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, let's keep going.
He just like keeps going. Not too sure what you guys want. Not seeing much conversation going on. So he continues through. You eventually meet the outer city walls as well. Again, in this much nicer, much more upbeat district. You exit another gate outside of the city. As he kind of like keeps pushing you out in his little rickshaw-like thing. You guys get to the outer city, which, seeing it farther off, it does kind of become farmland. Much more laborers working outside the city. You see a lot more, I'd say, smith shops, just kind of being done outside of people's homes. Stables, run by a family, for example. Laborers, artisans of different types. Again, just working, selling goods, selling vegetables, selling different type of grain from their own mini family business in the immediate. And that's where he brings you to Celebon Trading, where your friend, well, your soon-to-be contact, Akin Celebon, operates a business in the outer city, north city wall. You're now in the district called the Black Gate. Just from the outside, you can tell that he sells material needed for, just from what he has on display, material needed for like long-term freight hauling, and just long journeys by caravan and stuff like that. Wagons, rope, netting. Right next to him is also a place that sells cattle that he seems to have a tight business going on with. Grease, chains, wheels, provisions, boxes, crates, barrels. He just sells all the basic equipment needed. He also seems to have a wagon repair shop on the outside. And as you guys approach, he's actually outside working what you presume would be him on a mounted caravan that currently has no wheels on it, just kind of like leaning up against the side. And he's currently like fastening on a wheel onto a trading caravan. Trade wagon, sorry. Thank you, sirs. That'll be 1 gold each. If you're feeling generous, it's 70 silver. 7 silver.
Mm-hmm. I give him 4 gold.
Just rolling in money. You give him 4 gold, he just kind of...
Go look at my leg, get out of here.
Thank you, sirs. Should I wait for you, Mr. Zier?
Yeah, actually. Yeah, why not? Well, are we gonna use him to go back somewhere?
I don't know. I feel like we should
Give him money for the red light district.
maybe visit stuff a little bit more on our own if needed.
I can wait for you, sirs. I don't mind.
No.
He says
We're
with
on
like a
deck.
big childish smile, grin peering out from all the dirt in his face.
Yeah, not anymore. You can go home.
Okay. Thank you, misters. It's just kind of like heads off and kind of starts shouting, asking if anyone wants a ride into the lower part of the city. Eventually picks someone up before he gets back inside the north wall. Okay.
All right.
You guys see Akin.
Question. What were we supposed to do with this guy? Sell him our stuff?
No, we have a letter. We need to show
Yeah.
him. Who's got the letter?
Oh, I think I have it because I modified it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He does
Walk
not
up to-
notice you guys, so until we interact with him, he will not react.
Okay. well, right before I just add one of those little things to the A to make it sound like a long A instead of a short
Okay.
A. And I old man walk up to him.
Mm-hmm.
What is he like? How old is he? Like 30?
He looks to be, I guess, around the same age as Onthar. He's not like heavily armored or anything. He just looks much more like you guys are dressed right now. Sleeves pulled up, long dark hair, human, tied up in a ponytail, like a low ponytail as well. And he's just kind of like currently working on a wheel. He's got like the equivalent of a bandana up front, I guess, as he turns around to you guys. Hello.
Hello. Akbar. Put his name real quick. Sorry. Fuck, I had it written down, but
Did you just call him Admiral Akbar?
no.
Oh.
It's not.
It's a trap!
Uh,
Akin Celeban.
Akin Sullivan.
Uh-huh.
Are you Akin Sullivan?
I'm good, as he starts like wiping up his hands. How may I help
Yeah.
you fine boys today? And gentlemen, sir.
I kind of turn to the side and show him the tattoo to see if he notices it.
Nice ink!
Does it
How
look
may I help
familiar?
you? No.
Oh.
Like, totally faces him.
We're here to sell our supplies.
Okay. So, I will clarify for you guys.
Fuck.
There was 2 people that you were potentially supposed to meet here.
Yeah.
One is the person mentioned in the letter, who is a cultist contact. 2 is
Alright.
a contact of Onthar of the Order of the Gauntlet, who said that there would be a contact expecting you that would set you up in a caravan.
Oh!
Ew. Notes, kids. Notes.
I mean, I knew that.
Yeah.
I'm letting Lemura take
Sure.
the lead.
I'm just clarifying for Lemura.
Okay. Let me array.
Okay.
I say, after all that, I go, it's us. Onthar sent us.
Oh! Excellent. So you're looking to buy a caravan, right? He just kind of like carries his voice a lot more.
Obviously.
Oh, right. Okay, perfect. Well, listen, why don't we go inside, sit at my desk, see what we can set you up with. He gestures to go inside. Inside his little home.
Yeah.
You guys walk inside. Very simple, homey type place. It's got a nice, simple rug. Very rudimentary, very used wooden floor, scratched, lots of in and outs. As he just kind of like sits down and. Ugh. Okay. I am really stressed about this. I presume you guys are. And he just kind of like looks at a notepaper. Theren? You? Alaric?
Ravish.
Ravish.
Okay. Horcrux and Willy, right?
Yes, sir.
Horcrux sounds like a weird name. I presume that's a tiefling?
I dropped the. Yeah.
Oh. I see what kids are smart. Kids are smart. Okay, so Onthar got in touch with me. Just got a quick note saying that I would have an important party on an important mission for the Order, on behalf of the Order, to escort some trading caravans. Bless you.
Thank you.
So what's the plan?
We're supposed to find RVX Foxtrot, who is agent of the cult that's trying to raise him.
You're supposed to meet up? There's cultists in town? I mean, I'm not surprised. That's the reason I live on the outer city. So you're looking for cultists inside the city?
We're just gonna seek out some information to where they're heading next and what their plans are.
What's the name of the place you're looking for?
I just know the guy's name, RVX Foxtrot.
It's probably in your fucking letter, Lemura.
Nope.
I mean, there's a Fox Traveler safe house. I
Open
guess
for
that
try.
could maybe help in the lower portion of the city.
Yeah, we can try that place, I guess.
He shows you like quickly on a map where it would be. Kind of pinpoints it. Yeah. Sketchy place though. I'd definitely make sure you're not made.
Well, you didn't recognize us when we walked up, did you? Well, you've never met us before, but did you think us bad guys?
I mean, you kind of look like you fit in, sort of. So, I mean, sure, head there, I guess. Ask around. What do you need from me, then? Directions?
And a caravan.
Okay. So, my purpose is to set you up with a caravan.
So that with a bunch of shit and treasure and gold and valuables, because we're on our way to give this shit away.
Okay, so that's what he meant. Just kind of pulls out the letter from Anthor and he kind of reads it.
Like, Lemura, get this shit together if you're gonna run point.
Okay.
Let me get the my notes out. That's too rusty. I got Alaric fought Theren for a little bit. Argued.
Okay. So what I typically do for Anthar is I get people transportation amongst other merchant caravans, since that's pretty much what I operate in. So I presume I'm getting you to hop on or your own caravan to join basically a trade of caravans heading north, is what he wrote.
Yeah.
Do you know your destination exactly, or just to hop on with the next ones out?
We're supposed to figure that out by asking this fox traveler guy.
Okay. Well, once you know who I'm joining, or who I'm having you hop on board with, I can get you guys hired on a caravan instead of managing your own caravan. You
That
guys
sounds
can
better.
basically have your goods, and if you pinpoint exactly what caravan I'm having you join, I can have you hired as merchants on that caravan.
Mm-hmm. We must. So we'll try this fox traveler location out, and just letting you know that we're here. So
What kind of crowd are you trying to get in with? Basically, the way that it works, I'll just explain it to you guys, is that every morning there's like a group of caravan that all just kind of wait and leave together, and they just kind of form a train and just follow each other up the tradeway, because as forming a train is much more difficult for them to be overrun by bandits or other dangerous encounters along the tradeway, which is a very busy route, sadly not lined with guards the entire way. So they all just kind of train and follow each other. So if the more information you have, the better I'll be able to pinpoint the day that you need to leave, who you get to leave with. Bandits and, I guess, wrongdoers like you're after often disguise themselves and mingle amongst regular merchants to have a better chance of not being found. So that'll be you guys, the regular merchants. Or you can pretend to be cultists pretending to be merchants, or you can pretend to be merchants, or you can pretend to be guards hired for other merchants. Get your story straight, stick with it, or people are going to find out. There's a lot of yapper on a caravan during who knows where you're going and so how long you're going to be on there, so get your story straight. Learn to mingle and yap. Because if you're found out, you're dead. Hey, no pressure.
no.
Just telling you how this shit works.
All right. So
what, do we have to find this guy before we leave, or?
yeah. So we'll know where we're going.
Basically, the letter that Anthor showed you guys said basically that this person, this fox traveler person, was kind of like sorry. It's basically like a stopping point where, a relay point, sorry, where cultists would bring their hoard into the city, or, you know, disguised obviously in merchant caravans, And then this person would tell them the next steps to continue escorting the treasure wherever the next destination is. So that's what you're trying to become a part of.
Okay. How do we find that guy though if we can't like join a caravan right now? Because we don't know where we're going.
I mean, if you can give me a destination, I can make sure you head there. But if I don't know which way you're going, north, south, by sea, east, back up the river, then I can't help you much. Set you in the right direction.
But you've heard of this fox traveler? There's like a store. You said a location.
Well, there's like the Fox Traveler house. It's kind of like a sketchy pub, if you would. People know not to go in there, let's say.
Oh, that's our place.
All right, let's just assume it's there then.
Right. Can you tell us how to get there?
Yeah, he kind of like showed you quick on a city map how you'd be able to get there. It's back in the lower city, which makes sense considering how sketchy it is.
Right.
But in the lower city, like, just kind of like on the edge of becoming the better part of town. Okay.
Huh?
Once you guys know, head back up, join us, join me. I'll set you guys up with some goods. We'll work on your stories again. I'll tweak your clothes a little, and we'll have you guys looking and acting like merchants in no time.
All right.
All right. Hey, can I know what... Nah, it's better I don't know. Never mind.
Good call.
Well, if you think so, then yeah, it probably really is. Okay. Good luck. See you soon. Just come a knocking.
We head towards intended point on the map.
Okay. You guys head to the next location.
Oh, turn my appearance again. Back to where it was, so it's like an hour again.
Okay. So, if we... Oh, what'd I do? Alright, so say I put you guys back on the letter. Our collected hoard will be split among a number of caravans, each on a different route to the city of Baldur's Gate. Once there, sell your wagons as supplies, secure your part of the hoard, and seek our agent Eravax Fox Traveler, who will give you further information. So that is really the only information that you know. This is what you're going off of.
Exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Theren, hop off. You guys want a quick break? Bathroom break!
Yeah, that would be good.
Welcome back, nerds and nerdettes. You guys head back into the city. Head back through the squabbly, trash-ridden, cobblestone, shadowy walled, dark corners of the lower city portion of Baldur's Gate. As you guys head into that area, you go through basically a section where there's just a bunch of like inns and several story trade houses, several story taverns essentially, and kind of in a nook and cranny, hidden, I'd say, not off the main street but off two blocks over on these little like side streets just in the middle of nowhere, seems this kind of crooked sort of leaning building, just kind of like oddly stacked with a small little chimney and like a long line of dark black, almost slightly purple tinted smoke coming out of the top of it. As you just see, it says carved above the door frame, Fox Traveler House. No symbol, nothing on the door, not even like an official like banner or anything. Completely dark windows, can't even see inside. And just a regular house, typical like door.
You
Are we
ready,
at the right
Lemura?
place?
I'm guessing, yeah, purple smoke. I'm trying to
Yeah, what's that smoke?
think.
Should we knock?
Yeah.
Okay.
I knock.
Yeah.
All right. You go ahead and knock. No answer.
I'll look if the door is open. Or locked.
It's not. But upon looking at the door, you see there is like a slight slit, just eye level for. I'd say just a little higher than Alaric's eyesight.
It's openable from inside. Is it?
Yeah.
I try open the door.
Okay. The door is not budging.
Knock again.
Okay. You knock. You guys try knocking a few more times. Putting a little more strength into it each time. Then eventually the like slit at the top opens up. You just see like a pair of eyes looking down. Oh. What do you want?
Aramex? Aramex?
Who's asking?
I go like this with the tattoo thing again.
Business you got here?
I was sent by Wormspeaker Resmi.
Slit closes. You wait a bit.
Okay, I thought he like completely ignored us. I was like, ring of the ram, this fucking door.
The slit opens again. What's your name?
Lemure Ironcloak.
Who else you got with you?
Sound off.
Ravish Blue.
Maverick. Longhammer.
Does our names fucking matter? Can we just go in and deal with our business already?
Who said that?
I hold up the child.
What's your name?
Why does our name matter? Let us in. We're here in business.
You three can come in. This one stays outside.
Sure.
Listen. This is our security. He's got a short temper. Can he come in?
Okay.
Yeah. Got him, man.
Asshole.
Dish. The door kind of swings open. Again, like very ill-lit place inside. As you guys walk inside and you see this big, like, half-orc with, like, small, like, white shirt and sort of like a hairy, green, smelly belly. Just kind of, like, sticking out. It's like, got the scruff everywhere. Like, the big head, like, no neck whatsoever. So you just kind of like... Pick a table.
We sit at one of the tables. Do we see where the purple smoke is coming from in this place?
I mean, there's a fireplace that you can see kind of in the middle of this inn. Now that you walk in, it really does look like a very much larger than it looks from the outside. A very large inn. And as you walk in, he guides you downstairs. You head downstairs. First floor, it's very large, but really not very busy. You see like one jolly good looking barman at the top. The doorman kind of like scratches his belly, leads you to the back room. Opens up a trap door and like motions for you guys to go down.
I go down first.
Pick a table, boys. Alright. And you guys just kind of like head down to the lower floor. The lower floor is even much more massive than the front floor, and this time it is packed.
I knew it. Fuck, I knew it.
It is packed with what you would recognize as, immediately, since you've spent so much time with them, cultists, thieves, spies, guards for the cult. You see some barmen, some barmaids walking around as well. You see some noblemen in a center table that seem to be discussing some important business. This is definitely a very busy place where shady shit goes down. Doosh! Trapdoor is slammed as you guys head down.
Is he with us?
Nope.
He just dropped us in here.
Yep.
I'm guessing we're all gonna get like an assembly speaking of fucking.
Was that
You guys-
Aravax or?
Whoever spoke to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was someone who was saying that, like, someone would be with you, shortly, and all he told you guys was, like, pick a table, essentially.
Alright.
So,
Just go sit and get some drinks.
Yeah, you guys pick a table and I'll grab some beers.
Alright.
okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so I will add you guys here.
And roll for initiative.
No.
Trying to find look for a table that's close to like a door or something.
Okay. You immediately notice that it is like a largely squared area, and you do see one smaller area in the back portion that seems to have 2 guards posted in front of the main point.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just kind of revealing and hiding stuff. But definitely the sketchiest, tavern you guys have been in. Alright, gonna add you guys to this.
I would like to tactically be inserted into the map where I can see everybody.
You have tactically been inserted into the map.
Damn.
I know! Someone's like vibrating in the background.
We did it, guys.
Oh, we did it, guys! What'd you do?
One, two, three.
Where's our table?
You haven't chosen a table yet. I'm gonna dump you guys. I haven't dumped your characters here yet. Shady looking Horcrux.
What?
Shady looking Willy. And shirtless Mohawk Alaric.
Wait.
Alright. Where would you guys like to go?
What's in the black here?
That is the area that seems to be guarded by a door.
Okay, it's
God,
And you have
wish
2
you would've
guards posted in front. Whoa. Why did my...
Yeah.
Someone got
Echo.
you on the. Yeah.
Are we good?
Uh,
So you have 2 guards posted here. Da, da, da. Man, my website's lagging so much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just for you as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not for me.
So you guys see 1 table where in the back are 2 tables here right in front of you where you could potentially sit, where there seems to be no one. Everyone else seems to be in kind of like these group discussions. As you guys walk down, to your surprise, no one seems to pay much attention to you.
well, we can sit down at this table then. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of saying.
Yeah. Like I would rather have like defensive back.
Okay.
Everybody here looks shady.
What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna go
Do we
grab
recognize-
beers for everyone.
Okay.
Do I recognize anybody in this room from when we infiltrated the camp?
Make a perception check.
I mean, there's so many people.
19.
19. You recognize a table that seems to have more cloaked figures than others up here. You definitely recognize the armor. You definitely recognize the weaponry. Masks either laying down on their back or just straight out laid out on the table.
Yeah.
Cultist.
I want to see if I can recognize, like, if I see any Thieves Guild members.
Okay.
Like that I might recognize that I know from Neverwinter.
Okay.
That might
no, none of you guys see anyone that you would recognize here.
Okay.
Alright, so you guys sit down. Just kind of slumped over. Alaric, you head over to the barman. Another half-orc, just kind of like cleaning a jug currently. Kind of looks at you as you pop over.
Aye, fella, can I get 4 ales, please?
Pours 4 of them. Slides them your way. Some of them clink together. 2 of them are like now half empty by just clinking together.
Ah, aye. How much? I look at the sign that he motioned to.
It has like 2 silver piece.
I give him 8 silver.
Okay. Pulls it over. You walk away with the ale?
Yep.
Okay. Just kind of like gives you an eyeball. Okay. Head back to the table. You guys start drinking away. Minutes. 10 minutes. 20 minutes pass by. You guys don't know if anything's going on. No one seems to be coming to your table, or no one's really paying attention to you guys at all.
Did we see the orc eyeball Alaric? Can we have noticed it?
You'd have maybe seen him like watch him as he walked back to your table. Then just went
Can I
back to his
look?
business.
Can I look at Alaric and see if he has like something like on him that would give him away or make him look suspicious?
I mean, Theren and Alaric look a lot more like happy giddy go-to poor merchants. Not dressed like many other people in the bar. I'd say, you know, Willy and Horcrux look much more like the type. But
Alright,
no one
yeah,
seems
we'll just-
alarmed by it.
Did we bring any like merchandise here, or we just came here like as a scouting unit?
You guys just walked in,
Basically.
for all anybody knows.
I'm gonna get up and go talk to these 2 guards.
Okay. You walk up to the guards. Oh. What's your business?
Hey, what are we waiting for here?
I don't know. What are you waiting for here? Do I look like
mean-
I run the place?
Do you know where Aravax is?
Yeah?
Alright, well, we were sent here to talk to Aravax. So,
Okay. About what?
I don't know, we're just bringing merchandise from the camp we were before, and we were told to meet here for the next step. So, can we just talk to him?
Do you have any proof?
I mean, I can get it for you.
Yeah.
I go back to Horcrux and I ask for the letter.
I give him the letter.
It's addressed to you. You should probably go with it.
yeah. You should come with me.
I go with Willy.
Okay.
Well, Willy has to walk slower because I'm an old man.
Yeah, but Willie's stride is 6 inches. He's like, stip, 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 stip.
And there's
Okay.
spit coming out of my mouth.
They have a look at it. So's Lemura.
It's the old
You're
man.
looking at him, boy. And it's pronounced Lemure.
Iron Cloak.
Yes.
Did you do what the letter said?
You repeat that? I didn't hear you.
He goes, if you did what the letter said.
Oh. Wait, this is just me. Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah, are we all waiting to be addressed by Airvax at the same time?
I don't know, it's you and Willy at the door right now. How do you respond?
I say, yeah, I'm an old man. I'm not a fool.
So where are you keeping your gold?
Does it matter?
Yeah. A lot.
Am I within earshot?
I mean, I presume you'd be paying attention, but, I mean, if you spoke, they wouldn't hear you.
No, if I can hear them, if I hear them talking about the gold, that's when I
Yeah,
would...
you would. I presume that you and Theren are just kind of like... you know?
So that's when I'd walk up and I would show the 1,400 gold pieces that I am carrying on me.
Oh.
Okay.
This is what we have retrieved.
What was that? Alaric's name again?
Ravish.
Ravish.
That's it?
There was a troll toll on the way here.
You lost some of the merchandise?
No.
Wait, what do you mean? We're only like 4 of us. There's probably many other people coming here with more. There's so much we can carry.
Alright. I'll let Aravax know. You'll wait and you'll be summoned.
Okay.
How long?
As long as it takes. He's a busy guy. And you guys apparently showed up without an appointment. He's not gonna like that.
I'm an old man. I don't have a whole lot of
Have
time.
a seat, we'll be with you
I don't have
shortly.
to hurry.
Have a seat, old man.
Crack, crack, crack. Oh, make my way back.
Alright. You guys head back. You sit down for maybe another, like, half hour before anyone comes to see you, and you're just, like, waiting at the bar. The other guy that was standing next to him heads back up to you guys and go, alright. You're ready now. Let's go.
About time.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. As they both kind of, like, stand inside the door, they kind of push open the door. As you guys walk in, you guys, see just what is essentially a, just like a back room, meeting room. Immediately as you walk in, you see just kind of like a table. Here, we'll zoom in here a little. Sorry for the fuzzy background a bit.
There he is, boss number 2.
Alright.
Oh, shit.
Immediately as you guys walk in, you see like a table here just filled with various drinks, various ales. You see just kind of like a tiefling here, just has his arms crossed with like a blade in each arm. A much darker, no, similar dark crimson color to the skin that you have. This massive, I'm gonna say big douchebag barbarian with like a really tight torn sleeved shirt.
Hi!
As you guys head inside, immediately you notice this this half elf, very well dressed in these nice gold and green adorned robes. Not looking to be like any specific type of strongly built character. With a relatively small frame, very very well kept. This long pointy snivelly like nose, and you can just tell right now he's got an asshole of a face. Immediately you guys notice, however, the two massive dogs in the room. As you're scanning the room, you see him, and then your eyes are just stuck on these dogs. For these are not regular dogs. These seem to be exceptional pets that seem to keep the company of Aravax. As these are with a fur like as dark as Horcrux's eyes, just like this dark coal. These large, massive, spiked collars with just chains dangling. Claw marks all over this room on the floor. Slight pools of dried blood in certain corners of the room. As these dogs have smoke coming out of their mouth and flames coming out of their eyes.
Are they fucking hellhounds?
These are hellhounds.
I was thinking, I was like, oh, my pets.
Lovely.
Awesome.
As you guys walk in,
Did somebody
and
just
they
growl?
just start. That's what they're doing. They're basically
Oh.
growling. It's like this deep growl that almost seems to like resonate within your ribcage, within your soul, as their growling just gets to you.
Do we all know what hellhounds are? I mean,
Yeah.
seems pretty typical to know
Well,
that.
I mean, you've heard myths and legends of dogs of the devils, but I mean, not believing in devils, maybe a Horcrux, of course, but you would recognize these as being demon dogs of fairy tales and stories.
Are those what I think they are?
Have a seat, my fine gentleman.
Oh boy.
I stifle a chuckle.
Something you find funny?
Please excuse my dwarven colleague here.
You'll keep your
Please.
manners in my house, and you'll sit at the chairs over there.
I try.
And he points you guys to basically go sit around the tables from where he's sitting with your backs against the far wall. Is where he's telling you guys to go sit.
Also,
All
side
right.
note for the record, I when you said Hellhound, I was like, oh shit, that's a thing. One of Alaric's personality traits is literally, I can stare down a Hellhound without flinching. He was like, fuck off, whatever. Yeah, that's one of his personality traits that he has.
That's
Nice.
funny.
Yep.
Okay.
So that ought to come in handy.
I used to have dozens of these back in hell, guys.
How is that a trait?
So you can, in the background page on chapter 4, I believe,
That
where
is
you can
so
pick
funny.
like soldier and stuff, you can pick ideals, traits, bonds, and you choose, or you can roll a dice. And the one I got was, I enjoy I enjoy being strong and like breaking things. I can stare down a hellhound without flinching.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Wow. So as everyone else sees these dogs, and these dogs see you guys back, Aravax notices that Alaric is the only one who just like, huh. Alright.
No.
I'm gonna put you guys here. If there's any chairs that you guys prefer to sit in an order of, let me know. It's currently from top to bottom: Theren, Willy, Horcrux, Alaric.
I want to sit right next to the hellhound at the top of that table.
Okay. You go all the way around and sit next to the dog.
Yep.
Like, compared to Willie's dog, like, how big are they?
They are huge. They're
Yeah,
like bigger
hellhounds
than the
are big.
wolves that you fought. I would say these would be the equivalent size of, if you could presume what the size of a dire wolf is in Game of Thrones. Them's
Okay.
big puppies. Still considered medium, just,
High, medium.
high medium range.
Medium
Like
well.
6'5" medium.
Above average medium.
There you go. So, I presume you're here for the next steps?
We all?
We are.
And what have you secured so far?
Almost
but
1,400 gold.
That's it?
We also have
Yeah,
other
but-
supplies.
yeah, we have other supplies.
May I see what you have? Or at least a sample?
Well, did we bring any of our
No,
stuff?
we didn't bring it here. We figured it'd be a little suspicious to bring that much merchandise into a small house, or what looks like to be a small house.
It would. However, I appreciate a toll. As people stop by in this house, I am being paid for my duties to the cultists. I require a small fee in order to give you your next directions.
How
Please
much
lay
is
it
that?
on the table.
Describe small.
100 gold per head delivering the merchandise.
Oh,
Does Resmir know that you're stealing from the Hoard of the Queen herself?
I am offering my household as a safe haven for cultists traveling undercover to serve a much larger plan. It was prearranged that I receive a toll for my services to the dragon cult. So the answer is yes. One of the dog just started like growling and his lip starts curling.
I give him 100.
yeah, I give him 100. Here's some expensive shit.
You should not worry because this is not coming from your own pocket. As I seem to keep having to remind you, cultists,
It makes
this
me
coin
feel
is
better
not
when-
yours in the first place.
No,
feel
it
better
is
when
the
we get-
Queen's, not yours either.
You
And I
can bring that up
begrudgingly
with
hand him
Resmir.
100 gold.
Thank you. For the sums that you're supposed to have collected from the towns surrounding the large cities, this should be mere pocket change from what you've actually collected.
Sorry.
Which is how much?
Now, 1,100 gold.
1,100 gold. And what measly shit shack back alley of a town did you lot raid?
Greenest. We fucked up big time, as you can see.
Greenest?
Exactly.
What are you like, wave 2? Wave 1 has already been here. What do you like, remaining caravans that got lost on the road?
Yes, and we even had to handle our fair share of road bumps along the way.
Let me see your letter.
Put it on the table. Push it forward.
Are you Lemura?
Lemure. Iron Cloak.
There's an A on this parchment.
Oh,
Not an A.
did I mention that I prestidigitated the A into an E with like one of those things in there?
Oh, I thought it was an A with a little thing.
No, it's no, I think it was an A, but it had the long A thing.
Lemure.
Lemure. There you go. I'm from Space Fizbin.
So? What's the point of me arranging transport for 1,100 gold? You carry that in your pockets and walk the way there.
We did say we had more supplies, just not
Mhm.
here.
And what supplies do you carry? I'm supposed to be noting all this down, by the way, and calculating and giving it a lump sum
No,
to the
wheat,
worm speakers.
grains,
We got
some papers that I haven't looked through. Is he writing all this shit down?
Someone is in the back. Yeah.
Okay.
You see the big dumb barbarian is.
We got a keg of ale that we may drink and deal with it later. That's all I know we got.
We raided Greenest. We already told you. There's really not shit remaining. The stuff and supplies that we have, isn't going to fetch much more than what we've got. We need to just know what the next step is and where to go from here.
And how exactly were you separated from the rest of your party?
We took the long way.
Which is?
We got lost in the woods. I'm an old man. I don't know how to read very well.
Roll deception check.
Son of a bitch. Oh, you guys are gonna hate me for this one.
You got charisma. Do it.
26. Wait,
Yeah.
17 plus 8. 25, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry, big difference.
The sky is purple, motherfucker.
Okay.
25, yeah.
So I guess I could have you hopping on the next caravan out.
Yes.
If
It is.
possible.
That would be best.
Is your goal to meet up with the rest of your party?
Of course.
Well, from what I understand, they've been here and they have not yet departed. Apparently they were actually waiting for some stragglers like yourself. A couple of caravans split. Apparently there was some bullshit that went down in the mountains or something.
That's why we're so late.
Likely story. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Who am I to judge?
So, is he gonna tell us so? Can we have our next step so we can be on our way?
No. You seem aggravated.
I'm impatient.
Are you in a hurry?
As are you. You
We're
don't
actually
want
not.
us here.
We're actually behind on schedule, as you just said, and we would like to get ahead.
You're actually right on schedule.
Listen, the more we wait, the bigger the chances that some people are gonna find out about what's happening. The bigger the chances that they're gonna disrupt what we're trying to do. So
And I'm sick of getting my time wasted by people who aren't dedicated to the cause, and are more interested in lining their own pockets.
The queen will rise again.
Indeed she will. And watch your tongue, dwarf. I was told to deliver the treasure intact, not those carrying it.
No.
Lay it out on the table, what you have.
Fuck.
Fuck me!
This is for the greater good. Please understand, dwarves are very attractive.
I will
to shiny
secure it and have it
objects.
attached to your caravan with the rest of the treasure.
I give him the bag of 1,100 of my own personal gold.
Okay. The barbarian picks it up, clips it to his belt.
how
Excellent.
should we bring the rest of the merchandise to you?
There's no need for the rest of the merchandise.
It's shit anyway.
Indeed. It'll all just cover so that you can pretend to be merchants. Shitty looking merchants at that.
Then where was our half of the gold?
I'm sorry?
Where was our half of the gold? We were supposed to secure our half of the loot.
The loot will be secured collectively and escorted, split
Oh,
amongst a method of my
Collectively,
choosing,
yes.
as you head north along the tradeway as your next route.
North along the tradeways. The guy with a Napoleon complex says north amongst the tradeway.
You're heading to Waterdeep.
Frank.
There you will receive further instructions on where to go next.
And who are we to seek out, or just follow the caravan lead?
Follow the caravan lead. You will be joined and split amongst several caravans as a method of my planning and my choosing. Once there, you will once again receive further instructions. It's a 750-mile trek, so prepare your bearings and get ready for a long travel.
Indeed.
If
When do
were
we
to
leave?
get separated. Yeah.
So essentially, you guys are gonna go along caravan. I think I've showed you the map, right?
Yeah.
So, you guys will be going here. I'm just gonna pop up the map here. Oh boy, this is like a really big map. Okay, you guys are in Baldur's Gate. Here. You guys are going all the way up, past Dragonspear Castle, along the Tradeway, to Daggerford for a quick pit stop, and then to Waterdeep.
That's 715 miles?
That is 750 miles.
Damn.
Woo!
So essentially,
7 hours.
Essentially, just so you guys know, you guys will be traveling caravan speed at roughly 15 miles per day.
That's 50 days?
Holy
2
shit.
months?
Wait, how does that make sense?
You're traveling slowly. You're traveling with caravans, making pit stops at every godforsaken small town on the way there.
We are never gonna hold our cover for 50 days. We're not fucking ninjas. This is gonna suck.
Upon your arrival at Waterdeep, you shall receive further instructions. I am sure you will have plenty of events and stories that you'll be able to gather along the way. Do not get discovered.
Oh, don't worry. That's already at the top of our list. And I stare him right in the fucking face.
Both dogs kind of
No.
stare at you and growl. As they're almost like lava red drool is now just kind of like foaming at their mouths, and they just want a chance to like nab at something.
Who the fuck gave you those?
It was a gift. You can pet them should you like.
I'm good.
Wise choice. As it kind of pats one, the puppy just kind of like wags his head and like lets his hair get scratched a little.
That's gross.
That's gross.
I want to tame one.
I want to tame one. Feed it,
Yeah, dude.
meat and prime meat. All right. Okay, so you guys have a very long journey ahead of you.
Yeah.
Excellent. So the caravans depart at 9 a.m. every morning. Be there. Get yourself hired as guards or as merchants. Do as you see fit. Just make sure that you are there escorting the Hoard. I will have numbered caravans provided to you. My friend here will give them to you. As you see, like, the tiefling holding, like, the 2 daggers. Just kind of, like, bows his head. He's got, like, these dark purple horns. Dark purple horns. This crimson red skin and, like, a faint little, like, moustache. My friend here will give you instructions in the morning, tell you which caravans will be escorting the treasure and which ones you must not let out of your sight. You yourselves will not be able to see, hopefully, if everyone does their job, which others are cultists, which are merchants, which are travelers, which are people hitching a ride. Everyone is undercover. Trust no one. Let no one know your secrets. And hopefully, at least the treasure makes it to Waterdeep and you don't die or starve or get your ass kicked along the way.
I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Any further questions?
Will we be on the caravan that contains our contribution to the cause?
Perhaps, perhaps not. It is of no concern to yours, as your contribution has been made. And it is now a lump sum.
I would request to see my personal contribution, our group's personal contribution, through to its arrival point in Waterdeep.
This was its arrival point. Do you not understand? This was not yours. This belonged to the people of whichever shit town you raided, and now it is mine to distribute and hide as I see fit amongst merchandise.
I am very keen on making sure my contribution arrives safely.
And my understanding as to why this is such a good concern to you is starting to get on my nerve and starting to make me question your loyalty to the cause.
Says the one who is charging $100 to merely come in and give you said contribution.
This agreement was made by the worm speakers themselves and myself, as it is also the case for the next safe house you will meet up with. It is not your place to question. You are but a mere little shit in the grand scheme of things. Should you not be able to see that, you may walk out and not even escort this fucking caravan onto its next point. I don't care.
I would like...
Come on, Larry. And I put my hand on his shoulder and I say, we'll get you some red light district ladies.
Yes, you have until the morning. Do as you please. Please evacuate any accumulated anger you may have as needed, and be there in the morning, or don't. I have secured your portion.
Where do we have to meet up?
Near the northern gate, where all the caravans of the northern gate heading north gather.
And which caravan are we supposed to not let out of our sight?
My friend here will let you know that in the morning. Seek him out in the crowd, and he will give you instructions.
What is your friend's name?
Does that matter?
It does to me.
We're gonna call him number 1.
Does that make
Oh,
you
no.
a piece of shit? I mean, number 2.
I don't think I like your manners inside my house, where I am providing you a safe haven.
I think we should part ways before our dwarven friend misses his gold.
We'll be on our way, thank you. And I push Alaric out.
You're welcome to
walk.
stay, dwarf friend. It's almost feeding time.
Ooh.
Nope. Nope.
Calm down, Larry. Calm down. We'll get him at it.
We just walk out.
Okay.
Ever seen the
You
cartoons
just
like
walk out. Alaric is gonna roll.
that? Oh
What?
no.
You gotta be shitting me.
Oh no.
Wisdom save?
Yeah, I'm just validating that that's actually what it is.
Man, Alaric sucks.
Alaric has clearly demonstrated that he is mad.
16 plus 0. So if it is a wisdom save, it's just a flat 16.
Okay. As you push Alaric outside, Alaric, you just hate this guy so much right now. Like,
Sure you
I grab
your
him
fists
behind
are
the neck
shaking.
and I tell him to calm the fuck down.
His neck is like boiling red hot. His hair is on end. His eyes are not blinking. As your
What
friends,
the fuck did I have to roll to succeed?
as your friends just push you out the doorway, you hold on to it with everything that you have. And you make it back to the stairs to head back outside the tavern.
Oh,
you
dear
succeeded.
God.
I mean, you didn't succeed, but you know what I mean. You didn't kill him.
You guys walk outside. The bouncer lets you out. Alaric is just like,
Keep walking.
Wait, before we left, I asked the guy, what was the name of the guy who gave you those hellhounds?
oh, you asked him that?
Like, before we leave, I'll stop at the door and, like, what was the name of the guy who gave you the hellhounds?
She's a dear friend, and I am in this business because I do not share my secrets, nor my friends, nor my benefactors' secrets.
Well, excuse me for asking. I just wanted one of my own.
Run along.
Can I walk out?
Okay.
Coming back for those fucking hellhounds.
I just want hellhounds. Alrighty. You guys walk out and start walking wherever you want to walk.
Is the lyric still boiling hot?
I mean, he's holding it back, yeah, till he evacuates something somehow. But no, you are not overcome with a blind rage. You're fine.
I hate this shit.
That was bad. I'm very sorry, Alaric, about the whole gold thing.
We're gonna get my gold back, right?
Oh, yeah, I will get you gold back.
Okay.
I'm sure we'll get much more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once we save the world, we'll get you all the gold.
I'm not gonna lie, I was in no way expecting you guys to actually, like, leave that room without your gold.
Oh,
No way expecting that.
Just a
glad I
small
walked
sacrifice for a bigger goal.
Alaric,
Very
Alaric definitely didn't like it. Brutus liked it even less.
Listen, he's gonna
Brutus
tell
is
us.
mad.
He's gonna tell us what caravan we have to absolutely secure, which is basically gonna be the caravan that's gonna hold the more value. So we're gonna rub the fuck out of it.
and plus, we still got all our shit at the docks, right? Like, that's all our stuff.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
It was like feed and carrots and bread and human
Yeah.
feces. No one gives a fuck.
everything
Dude,
that you
this shit
wanted
goes
is
a long
on
way. If we sell 1,000 pounds of human feces for 1 gold, I mean,
you.
still 1 gold.
All right. So, what do you guys want to do for the rest of the evening? As it's
I'm-
now dark outside. You guys were in there till nightfall.
I am 100% going to a tavern.
All right.
And I don't know how I'm going to pay for my beer, but I'm going to a tavern.
It's okay. I got you. I got you.
Well, we still have
Yeah,
to
I'll go with
go
Alaric,
meet,
too.
go meet up with that guy so he can.
I'm far. No.
Yeah. Arkham. Arkham.
Akin.
I can.
All right. You guys stop, have some drinks along the way, and walk back up to the northern wall and right outside the rim on your way to meet with Akin Celebon. And that is where we will stop it for tonight as you guys embark on the next journey.
That was
Gonna have-
bullshit. Bullshit.
I was like, I like to throw it out. We would at least level up twice in 50 days if we kill things.
We won't kill things probably.
Just be walking, just be stabbing whatever we find.
You're gonna walk around like shank people on the caravan.
Like Oregon
XP?
Trail rabbits. From
XP? No. For this next step, there's gonna be a lot. Like, I mean, for this part, like even like the last part of your quest, the journey along the river, and just your encounters, your experiences, your discussions here in town. I'm gonna give you guys XP for that, and just basically any form of like interaction or ways that you guys deal with a situation, whether by combat or by discussion or by whatever.
Paying 1,100 gold.
Yeah, you're gonna gain XP for. So there you go. There was many ways out of that situation.
There was no good ones to Alaric. He knew that guy had to live, and you weren't taking that gold without a fight. So it just sucked.
God damn. Just imagine what would have happened if you would have failed that roll, dude.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Does Alaric know like how close he was to losing control, or was it just like I'm pissed off and God damn it?
I mean, metagaming, that was probably a DC 15.
No, I'm not.
yeah.
I'm asking like, is Alaric aware that he was close to losing control?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you just feel when you, I mean, normally you feel that you have control over when you rage, over what causes you to stop raging and keep raging, since it is just the power that you harness as a barbarian. It's just like your inner pissed offedness, and what's scaring you is that these sudden outbursts are of the gravity that you use when in combat, but they're kind of appearing in moments that you don't have control over, that you normally do.
Okay. So
Yes.
even when I do keep it under check, it's like, oh fuck, that was close, sort of deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So, yeah, for your information, you're rolling against me for these.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, is that so?
Yes.
What
It's just
demonic
more fun that
being
way.
do you
That's
represent?
cool. I like that.
First time I think I rolled something like, I think I rolled like a fucking 20-something.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you're screwed. You're gonna punch Willy right in the face.
All right. Cool. So, yeah, next parts of the journey, you guys will try to get on one of these caravans, whether as a cultist or disguise, or a merchant in disguise, or a caravan guard as disguise, however you guys want to do or think about that. And yeah, then basically I'm not gonna do it as like a straight whoop, you're in Waterdeep. Like there will be, you know, some stops and some events along the way and stuff, so don't worry about that. But it is gonna be like periodic, like 10-day skips at a time type thing. So it's a
We
different
fight more
pace.
Cyclopses. That was fun.
Sure, I'll throw a few in. So yeah, so it's gonna be a
Every game.
different fun pace that we're gonna try out travel wise.
Since Van Dalen and we all met up, how many months have passed?
I'd say about probably a little over 2 months.
Okay. And most of that spent actually on the road to Greenest.
Yeah, there was a full month on the road to
Yeah.
Greenest, traveling like at a relatively good pace, because Johan driving skills, and you weren't like being pulled by like cattle or anything like that,
Right.
and like you weren't pulling goods and you didn't have regular stops and everything. You just kind of like rushed at a fast pace. And then you had like, figure it was 2 days time-ish every time you went and came back from the mountains. Figure it was 6 days to get to El Chirel, and then it was 7 days along the river. So about 2 months, a little over 2 months,
Okay.
I'd say.
Cool.
Been a while. So there you go.
We've only been a posse for 2 months.
Well, more than that. The whole Fandalen thing was over a span of, what, like 2 weeks?
Oh, that's right.
You
3
had some-
months.
maybe like 3 weeks because you went to
Yeah.
Neverwinter a few times and stuff too.
Yeah.
So you guys have known each other for like 3 months, we'll say.
Cool.
3 months since you were hired in Neverwinter for the first time. Oh man. Say bye-bye to everybody!
Bye.
What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for watching. What's up, Snoozers? I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I thought that was a super fun encounter with like the fox traveler who owned the Hellhounds, and it was difficult for the party members to give up a bunch of gold. I appreciate you guys tuning in and everything tonight. Hope you enjoyed the episode. I will be putting this on YouTube. I have a bit of backlog right now. I'm gonna upload them all. Get them all on there. You guys can check it out on youtube.com/Snoozzzalot. With the 3 Zs, you can find me the same place on Twitter and Twitch, and I will see you guys on when will I see you guys? I believe I'll see you guys Friday. Friday for Booze of Snooze Friday. And I hope you guys have a fantastic evening. Bye, Snoozers. Thanks for watching.